Hi guys, I know the long-awaited video that I've been talking about posting for almost 2 years now. This is weird. It's not like Snapchat. Cheers. It's not like Snapchat where you put a filter over your face and talk for 30 seconds and then, hey, this is my real face. No fake eyelashes. So yeah, that's why I kind of held off making this video, because I wanted it to be fancy, nice background, but we're gonna deal with my living room setup here. Whatever, let's just make it a story time, make it nice and raw, no edits. Deal with me if I make some grammatic mistakes, because I don't even know how to edit. Don't make fun of me. This is my first video and this is really awkward. It's like I'm talking to myself. Well, I am, I guess. So as a lot of you know, if you know me, I made a blog almost a year ago, and I got some really great feedback on all my posts, and it was really like uplifting, and that's how I usually express myself, is by writing. But I still get constant DMs. How did you do it? How did you move across country? So for all you lazy people that don't want to read, here's the video for you guys. I'm gonna try to express this experience. I try to explain it in a good, helpful way, but I'm not telling you how you should move or what you should do with your life. All I'm trying to do is share my experience, and for the people that want to move and do what I did, this is just like kind of like a reminder that you could do anything you want, anything is possible, and there's other people that are in the same circumstance as you. You're not alone. I was in your shoes almost 3 years ago, sitting watching YouTube videos, wishing I had a life like these YouTubers do, but not even that YouTubers do, just a life that I never thought was possible for me. That's why I made this video. I know it's cliche to say like, oh, I'm not making this video because I don't want followers and to get paid, just working for YouTube. But I really didn't make this video for that. I just wanted to share my experience and help the people that need it, because I know watching YouTube helps me. It's just all reminders of how big and beautiful life can be. It's just you have to go and get it. So I'm gonna share my story on how I did it, how I moved from New Jersey to California, east to west. And maybe, hopefully, this will inspire you guys to do something too. Something big like this, something scary, because it seems so scary. Like in the moment, you're like, oh my God, I can never do this. Fear is the #1 thing that will stop you from doing anything good for yourself. I am a very, very, very firm. Does that make sense? Oh my God, don't mind my grammatic errors, because I don't know what the hell I'm saying sometimes. Grammatic errors, grammatical errors, whatever. I'm a firm believer, and I totally lost my train of thought. How do people do this? How do people talk and not get awkward? It's weird. Okay, whatever, forget what I was just saying. Firm believer in a lot of things, so okay, let the story begin. Like I said before, this is not, I'm not telling you how to do it and the way you should do it. I'm just sharing my experience and how I did it. I'm sure there's a lot of better ways you could probably move across country. But this is how I did it, and it worked fine for me, so let's get into the story. All right, I was 20 years old, working in a farmer's market. I knew this girl from somebody else, a mutual friend, and she came into the store one day that I was working in. I was ringing her up, like bing, 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 whatever, checking her out, her little groceries, and we're just catching up, like, hey, how are you? Normal small talk. And I'm like, how are you? Like, what's up? What's new? She's like, I'm moving to California. And I'm like, what? Like, California? That seems so cool. Like, the Kardashians live there. I mean, that's all I really knew about California, which is crazy that I'm living here now, because I knew nothing about California. So she told me, she was like, yeah, I'm moving to California. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to go with you. Like, I wasn't even joking. I was like serious. Like, I want to go with you. Like, let's do it. Let's do it together. Meanwhile, we're not even real friends. We just know each other. So that's another weird thing. So she was like, okay, cool, like totally down with the idea. She's like, text me, we could talk about it. So I texted her. I don't even know how long I waited to text her, probably not very long. So we met up one day and we started like budgeting, planning, and you know, it seemed great in the moment. And then I would come home, talk to myself, and basically talk myself out of it. Like, Nicole, you're 20 years old, you have absolutely no savings, you make a minimum wage, which in Jersey was like $8.50, I don't even know, like $8.50 or $9 or something. I don't even know at the time how much it was. Living in a crappy ghetto apartment, paying $800 total, with 2 other people. Like, I really think you could afford to move across the country, pay rent, you don't even have a job set up. So I totally talked myself out of it, and I kind of ignored the fact that I really wanted to go. I started ignoring it because it's like, you know what, I can't do it. Like, I'll never be able to do it. And then one day I just had a really bad day, and I texted Gabby, her name's Gabby, my roommate, and I said, stop looking for 1-bedroom apartments, you're gonna look for 2. She came here a month before I got here. So she came, she started looking for 2-bedroom apartments. And I told my family I was moving. They were all pretty shocked. It was like totally out of the blue. It wasn't planned. I didn't look anything up really. I didn't really have a set plan. It was just, yeah, I'm moving with this person to California. I'm gonna work and go to school, and that's it. We're gonna make it happen. No matter what, we're gonna make it happen. So how I did it, you know, no money, no savings. You know what I did? Guys, I'm not encouraging this. Please save your money, spend wisely. Don't be impulsive unless you like have to be. Like, a person like me, I need to make impulse decisions, or else I'll never do anything good for myself ever. Like, I'll just hold myself back. Because, you know, like, scary situations, scary things that you have no idea about, fear of the, you know, unknown will like totally scare you out of doing anything. So I sold my car. It was a 1992 Mercedes. Obviously it was old, so I wasn't gonna get a lot of money for it, but you know, it got me like $1,000 something bucks, and that's how I bought my one-way ticket. I paid for 1 month's rent with that money, and that's it. That's all I really had to my name. I had a credit card so I could spend for like extra food and whatever, the little necessities. Another, not encouraging you, don't get a credit card. Well, if you do, use it wisely. Don't go crazy. If you can save money to move, that is the smarter way, of course, to do it. But I didn't have the option at the time because I wanted to move and I wanted to do it now, and yeah. So I sold my car, bought my one-way ticket. A one-way ticket obviously is cheaper than a 2-way. So the ticket wasn't really a big expense. It was like maybe like $200 or like $190 or something for a one-way. And I got here, I was sleeping on the floor for like a while until I had money to get myself a mattress and a bed, and basically started from scratch. Gabby was here, so I was fortunate to know somebody from my town, which helped. Not everybody is fortunate enough to know somebody else that wants to do the same thing as you. But like I said, it wasn't planned. She had a dream to go to California. This girl didn't know outside of New Jersey. So it was a very random experience. It was definitely an impulse experience. I mean, a impulse decision, but you know, it worked great for me. I love it here. So the tips that I'll share with you guys is, number 1, if you can, save money. You're gonna need money for a couple of months rent if you don't find a job right away. When I moved here, I became a nanny. I've always babysat and nannied before, but I moved here and did it full time because it is, well, it's like really in demand here. A lot of families want a nanny because they're all working and really into their careers. And you know, a lot of parents need to work, both parents now, since life is so expensive. So it's in high demand to have a nanny here, so that's what I did, and that's what I'm still doing, and it's amazing. Also, for the people that want to go to school, when you live in California for a year, you become a resident, so you don't have to pay out-of-state tuition, which is another plus. Yeah, so I just want you guys to know that I literally came here with no plan, no money. I never heard of anything about California besides, like I said, the regular Hollywood drama stuff. So yeah, I did it with no knowledge, no research, and it's crazy because I'm a big researcher, and I definitely suggest you research maybe the cost of living, because California is high, on the higher side, but it's beautiful. Like, it's totally worth it in my opinion to pay a little bit more and live in a beautiful place. Also, live somewhere with people that have the same values as you. That's like important. That's not something you really think about, but if you just like love the way of living, like everybody's so outdoorsy here, everybody's so friendly here, everybody is like healthy and more positive. It's like just an environment that I love being in. So definitely look into the area, the price, so cost of living, research the area, maybe if you want to go to school or if you have a certain career that you want to go into, definitely look up all those things. But other than that, don't overthink. You cannot overthink, because overthinking will stop you. I promise you, it will stop you every time you try to do something. And it almost stopped me, but you know, I had a bad day one day and I was like, I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to go through this routine. I don't want to stay here in this small town where everybody's doing the same thing for the rest of their lives and they're okay with it, content with it. Like, I don't want to be content with where I am. Well, I do, of course, that's the goal. I want to be happy with what I'm doing, but I don't want to like settle for less. Like, life is just so big and life is just so beautiful. And when you're just stuck in like this small town, yeah, you enjoy the simple things. I'm still like a simple girl, but I still think it's important to live in a new place and get yourself out there and do scary things, because that's how you grow the most. And now look at me, like, I'm so happy. People still ask me all the time, like, oh, are you gonna come back? And I'm like, no. That's what everybody expects, and that's what everybody is like afraid of too. It's like they don't want to be judged for like not liking a new place and having to come back, or like failing. But you know, like, at least you could say that you tried. Like, a lot of people don't do it and they can't say like, oh yeah, I tried to live there but it didn't work out. Like, I'd rather be that person than say, oh, I never did something, or I never tried to do anything that I wanted to do. I'm talking really fast because I don't want this video to be long, but it's probably still really long. So yeah, I just wanted to share this story because I really didn't believe in anything before I moved here. Like, I didn't strive for like bigger things. Now I strive for the biggest things and the greatest experiences, and it's not going to be easy. That's another thing, is people think because of Instagram and my Instagram pictures and what I do on a weekend or something that I'm living like this amazing life. It's not all perfect. It's gonna be hard. There are gonna be times that you're struggling to find a job, or there's always just gonna be hard obstacles, but you get through it, and it's definitely the greatest experience and the greatest decision that I ever could have made for myself. And I really encourage you guys to get out there and do things that make you scared. Like, staying in your comfort zone, that has always been my biggest flaw. My biggest problem is just staying comfortable, and it's just like, you'll never grow. You'll never ever grow staying in your comfort zone. So yeah, guys, if you have any other questions, hopefully I answered. Oh, the hardest thing, somebody did, that was another question. What was the hardest part? Whoops. What was the hardest part? It was actually all very challenging, like, especially leaving your family and thinking that you're being selfish, because it's always hard for me to do things that make me seem selfish, like moving and doing things for myself, because I feel like your family and your friends, they need you, they rely on you, and it's weird when you're just getting up and leaving and you're not going to be able to see them anymore. I mean, of course you could always visit and call on the phone, but it's not the same. And I think that was like the hardest part for me, is doing something for myself. because I always just want to like live for everybody else and try to help everybody else in any way that I can. So definitely like the mental side. Like the physical aspect of moving and finding a job and all that stuff, that's literally all up to you. Like that, it's totally in your control. You have to go out there, you have to go get a job, you have to go do the things that you want to do and get the things that you want. You have to work for them. So all that stuff is like in your control. But I think the hardest thing for me is the mindset is like being selfish and knowing that things are good for you and doing those things. It's like you always know what you should do, but most of the time you don't do those things. So I think that was the hardest part, is like knowing that it's okay to move and do something good, something that will benefit you, even though it requires you to like move away from the people that you love. That was definitely the hardest part. So yeah guys, this is my first video and it's done. Hopefully it's recording this whole time. That would be so bad if it wasn't. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions or any other story times that you would want me to do and tell you guys to share, I will definitely make another video soon. You guys want to look at Peanut? This is my dog. He's gonna be in a lot of say hi, Beanie. He's gonna be in a lot of the vlogs probably up and coming. Fix this tripod. So yeah, sorry about the raw, not cool background, but this is me. This is real. Like, this is real life. I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. That's number one. That's my number one goal. Don't be somebody you're not. Don't try to blend in with everybody that you see on YouTube. Be yourself, and even if it's not so fancy, sometimes the message that comes through is like the most important. So that's the goal, guys. Happy Saturday. Thanks for watching.